Welcome to part 2 of the Aaron's DJ Services wedding demo, the ceremony. During this section of the recording, I'll be taking you through a standard wedding ceremony, playing some music for you, and telling you about what I can provide. Typically, I set up a separate sound system for the ceremony that consists of CD players, amplifiers, speakers placed in configuration with the seating arrangement, and wireless microphones. If you have any instrumentalists playing before or during the ceremony, such as an acoustic or electric guitar, harp, or keyboard, I can plug them into my sound system and make sure the sound is balanced so it accentuates the ceremony in just the right way. In some ceremonies, a friend or a family member may be asked to sing. I provide professional sound support for this as well and can incorporate it into the proceedings. I also provide a handheld or lapel mic for your officiant so that everyone in attendance can hear. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how helpful a DJ can be in providing sound for your ceremony. And now that we've discussed the setup, let's get to the music. My first involvement on the day of the wedding is usually playing prelude music prior to the wedding beginning. And the way that works is I set up everything at least a half hour before the ceremony is set to begin, and I play music of your choosing or the style you prefer in the background as your guests arrive. Now, this does a great job of setting the mood you want and provides a beautiful atmosphere and ambiance as the moment of your marriage draws near. We're going to start off with some examples of instrumental prelude music. First off, here's some classical guitar. So you get the idea with the acoustic guitar. Let's try some instrumental piano music. And of course, traditional prelude music is classical. And of course, the idea behind choosing music for your wedding is that it reflects your style. I've had couples choose prelude music in every style, from Irish fiddle music to smooth jazz to simply a mix of classic love songs. And it's just wonderful when your wedding day reflects who you are and your musical taste. Let's explore some less traditional prelude music, beginning with some smooth jazz.
say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows, only time. We
So that is prelude music, and as you can see, it can be as varied and creative as you yourself are. Of course, those are just examples. When we plan your wedding, you may want something completely different and original, and that is exactly as it should be. As the prelude music draws to a close, next we might have some special music which is played as the wedding begins. Normally the proceedings start with the ushers seating the bride and groom's parents. You might want a special song to signify this, or it can be done to the same prelude music. The wedding truly begins when the bridesmaids walk down the aisle. This is called the processional. You may want to choose a very special song for this. Here, for example, is the song we used for the processional in our wedding. It's an instrumental version of the love theme from The Princess Bride. Here's a more traditional example of what a processional song might sound like. Of course, today, traditional is out and your style is in. So when you think about your wedding, you are the visionary and you should choose something that is appropriate for what you want your ceremony to be. When all the bridesmaids are in their places, the ring bearer and flower girl, if you have them, have made their way down the aisle as well. Now comes the big moment. Everyone holds their breath, the efficient motions for the crowd to stand up, and then we hear the music that plays as you walk down the aisle. This, as much as anything, should reflect your taste. The bridal chorus, as you know, traditionally sounds something like this. If that is what you want, that is what you shall have. But you can also feel free to choose any music that is special and meaningful to you. Here are some examples.
The strands in your eyes, the color them wonderful, style me and steal my breath. And emeralds from the mountains thrust towards the sky, never revealing their depths.
For you, I'd give a lifetime of stability. Anything you want of me. Nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show my love, or all the thoughts I'm thinking.
Here's the song that my wife walked down the aisle to a couple of years ago when we got married. She just heard it one day and loved it, thought it was beautiful and romantic, and said, I want to walk down the aisle to that. So that's exactly the type of thing you should keep your ears open for, and we can find something that's perfect for you. So you walk down the aisle, join your fiancé in front of everyone, and your officiant turns to the audience and begins. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today so these two crazy kids can get hitched. Something like that. I can either pin a wireless mic to the officiant's tie or put a handheld mic on a stand in front of him. Either way, your entire ceremony is amplified and crystal clear. I can't give you a demonstration for this because I don't happen to have a preacher, reverend, or pastor handy, but hopefully you can imagine it. If there are any musical needs during the ceremony, such as a song during the lighting of the unity candle or someone singing, I take care of these as well. Eventually comes my favorite part of the wedding. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so. Wild applause, and of course you know what the traditional music for this moment is. Unless you really want to go traditional, I believe that this song, above all others, should reflect your feelings and style. It's your moment to say, we're married, this is the beginning of our life together, and this is our song. It can be romantic, beautiful, powerful, tongue-in-cheek, or whatever you want it to be. Here are some examples.
Longer than there've been fishes in the ocean, higher than any bird ever flew, longer than there've been stars up in the heavens, I've been in love with you. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my the skies will be blue for all my life. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me, someone I've needed so long. For once unafraid, I can go where life leads me. Somehow I know I'll be strong. For once I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew. Oh, someone warm like you would make my dream come true.
Congratulations, you're married. Easy as that. Of course, it isn't as easy as that, but if I'm your DJ, all the aspects I've discussed with you in this recording will be perfect and just as you desire. That concludes the ceremony portion of the demo. Go ahead and skip on to the next track whenever you're ready.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday. I'm moving farther away. Won't you near me? All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game,